Since we moved to Portugal, everybody keeps telling us we've got to go to Braga. Everywhere we go, Braga, 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 Braga. So today, we're actually going to Braga. We're gonna hop in a train and we're gonna cruise on up to Braga and we're gonna see if it's really worth bragging about. Melissa, you ready?
I'm ready. We're leaving pretty Porto behind for a night in Braga. Someday, I'm going to get the window seat.
It's not that good of a window seat. See. Melissa, did you know people have been living in Braga area for like thousands of years?
I did know that.
You did?
Yes.
So you must have done your homework. It was actually a Roman city first, and I think it was like 14 AD. No, 14 BC. But it became Braga in like the 1500s. I like old cities. It's about a 40-minute ride from Porto's Companhia station to Braga. We could have just made our adventure a day trip, but we've heard so many good things about Braga that we decided to go all in and stay overnight. We're arriving in Braga. And the gas. We are going to be staying in the city center because that's where all the action is. So we're off to our hotel now.
Chris planned everything.
I did.
I helped pick out the hotel, but he planned everything else.
It's going to be a cluster. I mean, I don't know if that's on our list of things to check out, but it looks pretty old.
Yeah.
I think
How many things are on our list?
there's a lot. It's so many I lost count. I think there's close to 15 things. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them, but
Well, we only have today and how late till tomorrow?
we have about 24 hours.
Okay.
All these limits, we always put limits on ourselves. Why?
Budget.
Budget, yeah. Time and budget. What's really cool is this weekend there's this festival going on called Romana Braga. In fact, it's like a 6-day festival, so it should be pretty lively. But it's a celebration of the Roman culture of the Braga before it was Braga. Oh, my angel. You want some Instagram pics? History hut.
What? What are we here to look at?
This ark is one of 8 arks that were built for the city of Braga. It was built back in the 1500s. And what's unique about it? You want to know what's unique about it? Oh, you already know? Oh, at the time they built it, they decided not to put a door on it because wars weren't that big of a deal in the 1500s anymore. So that was a novel concept at the time. It's like, oh, they're not going to put a door on?
Well, it must have been so nice here. I mean, certainly wars were going on in other places in the 1500s, but good job, Braga.
Yeah.
You're ahead of your time.
And this is the only one that doesn't lead to a path. It leads to a center square and a fish market. Here's the backside. The backside. This is probably on our list, but we haven't even gotten to the hotel yet. We need to do more research. Melissa, you want to run and see if it's on what the name is?
I can.
I'll pull out the list. She's such a hard worker.
I don't think that sign had the name on it. We need to get to the hotel and then we need to get to lunch because I am hungry. I didn't have my morning snack.
Oh,
I'm gonna get angry.
You do not want to see when Melissa gets angry.
Don't call me angry when I'm getting angry.
She's never gotten angry, and she does get hangry, but never angry, because those are different. That looks like a really old building, like that we might be showcasing, but that's actually where we're gonna stay.
Yes.
That's
I think
our
it was
hotel.
built in the 1500s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might be one of the oldest, if not the oldest hotel we've ever stayed in.
Maybe, yeah. Our room was not quite ready, so we checked our bags. The room tour will have to wait.
Highly recommended.
Tacos before tours. Tacos before tours.
It's a rule. It's a t-shirt. Tacos before tours. Okay. Tacos are ordered. It passed the smell test. It smelled so delicious over there. I'm thinking the recommendation might be spot on.
Here's hoping. Although I do have an update on Chris's mood. Like, he's glowing right now. I don't know if y'all noticed when he was talking about the tacos, but he's just got this relaxed glow about him.
I'm glowing because I'm going to be impregnated with tacos. Right? Because if you're impregnated, you're glowing.
I don't like to talk about that kind of stuff.
Guacamole and chips in the oldest city in Portugal.
It definitely has some nice spices. So.
Here's my tacos. They smell delicious. And then there's some hot sauce. I just don't know what to do. Where the shells are a little bit crispy on the edge. Good taco. Okay, tacos are done. They were pretty good in my case. I'm gonna give it a thumb up of them.
Yeah, and it definitely tasted like authentic Mexican food, I would say.
Okay.
Reminded me of back.
I was very glad to have tacos. Happy. I will have to say, Braga and the city center are lively, fun to walk around. No cars. That is, well, there's not many cars. It's pretty awesome.
Although that might be because of the event.
So this next place, we're hoping to learn about the people that lived here even before the Romans. We're going to learn about Romans, hopefully, and then we're going to learn about how Portugal started here. This is supposed to give us the foundation we need to really enjoy our 24 hours in Braga. So that was the name of Braga before it became Braga. Braga Augusta. At the Giojo de Socha Archeology Museum, you can see all kinds of unique artifacts from northwestern Portugal dating from the Paleolithic to the Middle Ages. So apparently, people lived here 5,000 years ago. Okay, so we're looking at things that were created by humans 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Do you think your azulejo tiles are going to last that long?
I don't know. Only time will tell. The circulation of money here started in 25 to 23 BC.
So I wonder if they found that hoard intact, like some guy was saving all of his money and something happened. And then thousands of years later, humans found it.
Because you can't take it with you.
Yeah, you can't take it with you, hoarder. Spend it.
That's what we do.
A big focus at the museum is on the Roman occupation of the city of Braga Augusta, which got its start between 16 and 15 BC. Melissa and I were just talking how it's so different in the Roman culture that bathing was such a social thing to do, and it seems like it was very important. I hardly ever take a bath, maybe once a month. We don't even have a bathtub right now. I take showers, don't get me wrong. Do you think you would have loved it back in Roman times because of all the baths?
I don't like bathing with others. I barely like hot tubs and swimming pools.
You would have had to have your own bathhouse, right?
Yes, I would have required my own. I could have also been a hermit with very high-skilled building abilities. If I were a high-skilled builder and hermit, I could have created my own.
You do have some hermit qualities, but I don't think you would be building a bathhouse. You'd maybe like write a book. You'd be one of the ones that knew how to read back then or how to write.
Chris put the Centesima Pagina bookstore on our itinerary for his book hermit wife.
Is there room in your day for another book? Or even room in your brain for another book?
Always. This bookshop is in Casa Rolau, an 18th century Baroque-style house. I'm impressed with my husband, and I think this bookstore ups your brag-worthy potential, Braga.
If you like bookstores like we were just in, you gotta buy a book. At least one.
There were so many options. I could have bought 5 or 6, but I did just stick with one.
Yeah.
I did, even though we're not really on a fashion trip, this spoke to me. So I got it.
That was a very charming little bookstore, though. Was it not? It was.
Absolutely. It was
I
very
liked it.
peaceful.
If we lived in Braga, I could see you hanging out there.
Oh, for sure. Yes, that must
That's super busy. I'm gonna give it 3. That is not on our list, but I thought I should show you guys because it's pretty amazing. Braga.
Braga, Braga, Braga.
The hotel we're staying in, Villa Gale, dates back to 1508. There used to be a hermitage dedicated to São Marcos. It was also an inn and a Templar convent. After that, it became a hospital. Now it's a 4-star hotel. Bless you.
Not only is this more than likely the oldest hotel that we have stayed in, this room is like the biggest we have ever been in Europe. Oh my gosh, and the ceiling. I mean, it's just, look at this. I think I might need to relax on the couch. Oh, and I could not have planned my outfit better, except for the socks. I struggled on the socks today.
Nice socks.
It was a little bit of a struggle this morning, okay? The chandelier, the lovely large bed. I mean, I think I could do a couple of cartwheels on this one.
Honey, you don't do cartwheels on beds.
And then, it's one of those tilt-in things. Oh, interesting. But good to have, right? Oh, and we have a safe. We have a mini bar. Oh, Castellos. Yes. Yay.
I want some of those.
We are both becoming older and used to travel. When I was younger, I would have been like, oh, what's the liquor? And now it's like, oh, is there bottled sparkling water? Yes. There you go, my love.
Thank you. Hey, hon, can you open it for me, please?
I wonder why I get annoyed.
And look, I have one hand here.
You couldn't wait until we were done with
Here's the other hand, but this one was holding the camera.
You couldn't wait 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh, you don't know how thirsty I am.
2 minutes. I'm thirsty too, and I'm gonna wait 2 minutes.
I'll sacrifice my water. Come on.
We have robes.
Nice.
Not a classy hotel if you don't get robes. I think we need to check out one more thing. You just step up into the shower. I can never see a shower like this and not think about the time that we were in Greenwich Village in this tiny apartment in the middle of summer, and there was a step-up shower like this in the kitchen, but it was like half the size of this one. And I wish I had a picture, I wish I had footage, but we weren't doing this at that time and I don't have any of it.
I can guarantee you it was the tiniest shower, the weirdest shower ever. I've never had a shower in a kitchen before, all right?
I'm loving this.
Loving this?
Yeah, look at that door. I mean, just look at the size of that door. I feel like I'm the guest at somebody's castle, and they've been like, Melissa, it would be great to have you for this wonderful dinner party. Come to our castle. Here's your room. Come down later. We're all gonna party.
Water, high five. Video update. So far, we've made it to 6 places today. We're gonna try 4 more places before we call it a day. But so far, hon, I think we're doing good.
Everything has been quite well planned and very enjoyable. I do feel like we're at a bit more of a relaxed pace and where it's more about, well, and then we'll go and do this, and I think we'll do that. Whereas when I plan, it's like, okay, we need to be here by this time. No, we can't just chill out right now because we've got to get to the next place. If we don't get to that next place, how are we going to get to the next? So it's been nice. I have enjoyed this. Good job, Chris.
Thank you, dear.
That looks fancy. This is the House of the Mexican, which makes what we had for lunch way more appropriate than I ever would have imagined. I had no idea that this is what Palacio do Rayo is. I had no idea.
It's all part of the plan, the master plan.
Rayo Palace only accepts cash, so be sure to have a few euros on you. When we went, it was €2 per person. There's a headless horseman.
You're right. Do you know anything about this hairstyle? And do you know when they're going to bring it back? Because it's pretty cool.
I don't. I'm sorry. You'll have to do some more research.
Does anyone know about this hairstyle? Comment below. If anyone knows what's going on in those pictures or what that's about, comment below. Looks like some kind of excavation. It looks like it was kind of important. Wow.
That was amazing. I wish we could watch more. The music, the dancing, it's all fantastic.
I really think I would have enjoyed Braga in Roman times because it just looks like a lot of fun. Thwarted. Does not appear that we can climb it. Melissa and I have been talking, and we both think that Braga is very similar to Cork or Ireland. We see a lot of Ireland here. The what is it? The Celtic? No.
Celtic.
The Celtic heritage.
They don't play basketball.
Ah.
We noticed, I believe they're called matriculations, where weapons could be shot down at people from above.
Hot oil.
Or, yeah, poured on from right up there.
On to the next. If those guys were around in Roman times, I wouldn't like Roman times. That's pretty spooky looking dude.
Every time that's its dangers.
That guy's he's pretty scary. Braga Cathedral has an overwhelming amount of history in it, which you can see through the different styles of architecture and design both inside and out: Romanesque, Gothic, Manueline, and Baroque. Our time at the cathedral was too brief to be able to explore the chapel of the Kinks, where the parents of the first Portuguese king are buried. This place was built before Portugal even became a country.
Right, it was built towards the end of the 11th century, so I think like 1089 or something.
I do have to admit, I'm having a little bit of a overload, historical overload. You know what I mean? We've seen so many old, cool things today that my brain is like, okay, I gotta say, it was so hard getting up here to the restaurant. There was some huge motorcycle rally. All the roads were closed. And then when we got up here, it's mayhem. It's like the Dukes of Hazzard on motorcycles. Just crazy. Hooting and hollering. And Sophisticated Melissa. So this place was recommended by a viewer, Arminio. Thank you, sir. It's a very nice place. Okay, we were the only ones here for about 10, 15 minutes. Other people have showed up.
So it's time for us to behave.
I was just thinking the same thing. Her and I have been thinking the same thing all day long. Believe it or not, this is green wine. This is the most interesting red wine I've ever had. The color, and then it's served cold. Although they don't have it in like a little ice bucket with a little bib.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's cold. It's cooler.
Yeah, okay, it's cool. But then it almost, when you take a sip, it almost feels like it has a little bit of some bubbles. It's very interesting.
Interesting and delicious. I know it's time for us to behave. Other people are here. We love padron peppers. These are delicious.
I'm trying to try more cod. These were pretty good.
We each had an entrecote steak. They were perfectly prepared and tasted beyond delicious.
And I had to do the fried egg on the steak. It was pretty good. What an experience.
Food was fantastic.
Service was amazing. We had a great time. Very classy. Just
Wine was lovely.
comfortable chairs.
A very sweet family behind us with an adorable little girl who kept saying, "Hello, hello."
The only thing that I would complain about is it's crazy outside of the restaurant due to the rally.
Which is normally not happening. One
No.
weekend a year, every year.
And we are here during that weekend. But definitely.
Oh, a few of those. Well, what that was a thumbs down. Why
No,
would
no,
you do
it
that?
wasn't. It was like mixing it up.
I hope our driver makes it here in one piece.
We're just a bunch of Midwesterners just looking for a ride. We just want to get home. Good morning from Braga. We were going to wake up early and see the city before everybody else was up and seeing the city, and we just kept sleeping.
It is 9:27 a.m. We were going to be at the cafe by 8 a.m.
After doing a little bit of sightseeing, probably starting at 7 a.m. So we have thusly failed.
Now, we might still get nice quiet streets because there were people coming in at 4 in the morning, blah, la, 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 la,
Yes.
la, la. There were people coming in at 5 a.m., blah, 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 blah. And at 5:30 a.m. And I checked my phone on the last one and I was like, no, those are not early morning risers. They do not sound like early morning risers. They sounded like they just came back from partying.
Party people, don't you understand that people are sleeping at 5 a.m.? You know what? I think we should, when we leave, we should make tons of noise. We're gonna go sightseeing. We're gonna have a blast.
We're so excited.
Payback.
We are here because Arminio Morgaru recommended this spot. It has Roman ruins through the floor and it's supposed to have some pretty delicious food. He used to come here with his grandfather when he was a child, so pretty special place. He should know that it's amazing. We hope that it's amazing. We're going to find out if it's amazing or if his taste is like...
Arminio's shaking his boots. Oh, I hope they like it. So a Frigidiera Miscia was recommended. I don't know if I said that right because that's a mouthful. I'm just thinking a little Arminio sitting here eating them years ago. Have you ever eaten in a place that has Roman ruins underneath it?
I have never eaten at a place where I can see the Roman ruins through the floor. Now, we've eaten at a lot of places in France and a lot of places in Portugal, and maybe without knowing it, we've eaten at a place that had Roman ruins downstairs.
heavy. Warm. Flaky. Okay, there's the ham. Very savory. Good for the morning. Good thing to start the day off with. It's like, kind of like a sausage. Legs. I don't know what the hamburgery looking stuff is. I think it's maybe a sausage of some sort of pork, I think, but tasty. All right, breakfast is complete. The recommendation was delightful. I tried a new food. I liked it. I actually got a little bit too much food, but I'm fueled and ready for the day. Let's go. I think it's interesting they build this tower and it twirls all the way up, and then they just have this room up here. It's kind of like a little fort. Back when I was a kid, I would love something like that.
This is a beautiful private chapel, and right now inside it's super peaceful. It sounds like there might be some mayhem happening outside, but right here, so nice.
The other side of the mountain have a fog hali because the speed.
Oh yeah.
The speed.
We've just arrived at the top of Bom Jesus, and our driver gave us some fantastic tips. One, if you come up here by Uber, go down the funicular to get an Uber back because it's hard to get an Uber up here. He also gave us some great tips on where to wander. Apparently there's a lake and the forest and all of these different places to have a look.
So you think the view would be out here overlooking the city of Braga, but I think there's a bit of a surprise the other way. Let's go check it out. Beautiful view. But that's not even it, honey. Okay, that was pretty cool, but that's not the view people talk about. So nicer view, but there's still something more. I actually think we have to take some stairs down. You'll see.
All right.
It's gonna be amazing. Hang in there. And now, this is the view we've been talking about.
Odoran. So I think it's like take time to smell the flowers. Florist is flowers. I'm gonna guess that that's what it is. I don't know why somebody's putting off fireworks right now. Oh, but that does make me remember two things. One, we had a guide tell us a little while ago not to light the fireworks before the party, that it's a Portuguese expression. And then our Uber driver today told us that Braga is also known as Hap Town, having a party, because it's always having a party all the time.
Do you know what Portuguese say to other Portuguese when they leave their door open?
Do I want to know?
What are you, from Braga? So if you leave your door open, that's what they say. Because of the ark.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ark, it didn't have a door on it. All right, what's the next one gonna be? Okay, hun, don't look. Dang, don't look. which one is it going to be here?
Well, we've seen, we've heard, we've smelled. I think it's time to taste.
Cheater. Research states that there are 17 flights. Have you been counting?
No, I've been too distracted by all of the cool things to look at.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I never thought I'd have so much fun hanging out on a bunch of stairs.
Yeah, like it was nice getting to the bottom and looking up and seeing the amazingness of it. But I've had more fun as we've been walking up the stairs.
Yeah, it's history. Cool stuff.
Honey, I'm glad that you don't pack our schedule as full as I do because I've really liked taking my time enjoying this.
I think you should listen to me more often.
I'll take that under consideration. Sadly, we don't have time to find the lake, but we do have time to take Europe's oldest funicular. How much is it for the
Dos, aller-retour,
Just one way.
4 euros.
What was that?
It's just me. This is going to be fun. Because we're on the funicular.
It's been forever since I've been on a funicular. Niagara Falls, I think, was the last time.
Yeah, probably.
It feels weird having my back to the ground. I
know.
don't love that part.
Oh, I love it. It feels comfortable to me. Hey,
You're talking about the backrest. I'm talking about my back is to the ground.
I know. I think it feels cool. So this is all run by water, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Powered by water somehow. I don't know how. Just that's how. Always a danger. Always. That was a blast.
That was fun.
It was. How many chances did you get to ride in the oldest funicular in a country? Huh? Good job. I'd say thumb up or bump to that.
Yeah.
I would call Uber. Good job. All right. As we wind down our time in Braga, we wanted to see if it has the kind of things that like Melissa or Chris might really like. We found out about tacos, so that's good. Melissa has found a vegan restaurant.
I found vegan brunch. So vegan pancakes, vegan salt cake, which I've never had, this delicious looking thing, I mean, I'm not sure what all it is. It just came as a brunch. I'm also going to get a cappuccino with almond milk. Chris has a juice. I might share some. I don't know. We'll see. It's really good. Really, really good.
So Braga really has a lot to offer. I gotta say, I think the hype might be worth it.
Braga, I think you're worth bragging about.